This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Welcome to the Late Night News. I'm Charitra Parthasarathy and these are our top headlines. Furious lawyers in Chennai want the CBI charge sheet against them to be sent back. The opinion is divided within the DMK over the retirement of M. Karunanidhi.
கழகத்தினுடைய தலைமை பொறுப்பிலிருந்து அவர் விலகக்கூடாது, தொடர்ந்து அவர்தான் கழகத்தினுடைய தலைவராக நீடித்து இருக்க வேண்டும்.
Land grabbing on the rise in Chennai, a special investigation by NDTV Hindu.
The land mafia backed by political parties is out there to forcibly grab it from you.
A Nigerian national murdered in the city. He was a drug peddler.
But it was a very Herculean task for our team to find out who is the real accused.
A.R. Rahman tells NDTV Hindu why he enjoys working in Hollywood.
The good thing about Hollywood is if you have an idea, and if it's genuine and they're interested in it, they just really put their effort and money into it.
And Indian bowlers strike back on day 2 of the first test against Bangladesh, but bad light stops play. Chief Minister M. Karunanidhi has been dropping hints about handing over the baton to M.K. Stalin. While many have welcomed his announcement, his elder son and Union Chemicals and Fertilizers Minister M.K. Aragiri is certainly not amused. His message, Appa, don't retire.
As DMK patriarch M. Karunanidhi makes plans to retire from active politics this year, conflicting sentiments run within the party. While there is a regret over the Chief Minister's decision, it has also sparked a fierce debate within the DMK.
DMK Chief Karunanidhi had clearly hinted that Stalin would be his successor once he steps down, but it has not gone down well with many within the party. The Aragiri camp is definitely not very happy and does not want the DMK patriarch to retire from politics. It is not Aragiri alone who does not want the DMK chief to step down. Several senior leaders too have joined the bandwagon.
கழகத்தினுடைய தலைமை பொறுப்பிலிருந்து அவர் விலகக்கூடாது, தொடர்ந்து அவர்தான் கழகத்தினுடைய தலைவராக நீடித்து இருக்க வேண்டும்.
தலைவர் அவர்கள் ஓய்வு பெறக்கூடாது என்பதுதான் எங்களுடைய விருப்பம்.
The party too seems to be divided over the DMK chief's retirement plans. While many would like to see the mantle pass on to the next generation, others do not want the 85-year-old leader to go.
தலைவருக்கு வயசான கண்ணால ஓய்வு எடுக்கிறதுல தவறில்லை.
தமிழகத்தில் டாக்டர் காஜர் அவர்கள் ஓய்வுக்கின்ற பேச்சுக்கு அவர் இருக்கும் ஓய்வுக்கின்ற பேச்சுக்கு இடமில்லை.
The coming days would be definitely trying times for the party. The DMK chief would have wanted a smooth transfer of power, but perhaps it would take a lot of coaxing and cajoling to bring the two camps together. In Chennai, with Shabir Ahmed, Saptarshi Bhattacharya for NDTV Hindu.
Earlier this evening, we were joined by R.K. Radhakrishnan, Deputy Editor of The Hindu, to discuss the political implications of the story, and this is what he had to say.
Actually, there are two ways to look at Aragiri being at the center. If we did not know enough, we could think that this was a grand political strategy on part of the other gang to keep Aragiri out of active politics in Tamil Nadu. But very obviously that is not the case, because Aragiri has been given charge of the party down south, which essentially means that he controls virtually half the party, 120 seats to the state legislature. So it is a very clear indication that unless the two brothers work together, and both the brothers are lead the party, and both the brothers are trusted by the party, and virtually the entire gamut of operations in the DMK, be it the DMK trust, the Morosoli trust, the newspaper, the Kalaignar TV is all controlled within the DMK family, and there is no dispute that Stalin and Aragiri and Kanimozhi and Dayanidhi Maran and Raja are the guys who will be leading the party over the next few years. At the same time, there is none of these people are even anywhere close to being as efficient, as good and as able an administrator as Mr. Karunanidhi is, and that's where the real dilemma lies.
Furious with the CBI charge sheet on the police lawyer clashes, Lawyers from across Tamil Nadu have threatened to boycott court proceedings indefinitely if the CBI is not handed back its charge sheet. They've also sought a reinvestigation into the February 19th incidents.
Madras High Court lawyers continue to be on the warpath and turning the heat on the CBI. These warring members of the Joint Action Committee have decided to bring proceedings at Madras High Court to a grinding halt if the CBI doesn't relent.
In spite of it, we have also filed a petition praying the court to return the charge sheet by pointing out certain defectness in the charge sheet. As far as the defectness is concerned, the CBI has stated as against 4 police officials whom were pointed out by the Honorable High Court as guilty of the offence, the CBI did not file charge sheet against them, saying that the matter is sub judice before the Supreme Court. We have pointed out before the Honorable Magistrate.
The lawyers believe they were the victims of police excesses in February last year, saying that brazen attacks on them were engineered at the behest of top cops like the former City Commissioner K. Radhakrishnan.
CBI has requested the different lawyers associations in writing. However, most of them could not provide the relevant material evidence to identify the guilty police officers.
They wanted to support the IPS officer in an open manner. They are trying to do that. We are strongly condemning, and all the associations, we are strongly condemn the acts of the CBI.
Clearly, these scenes of blood and gore that unfolded in Madras High Court last year have come back to haunt again. A good 1 year later, it's now a pitched battle between the police and the lawyers this time are in no mood to relent. In Chennai, with camera person Sagai Raj and Simon Ish, Evelyn Matthew for NDTV Hindu.
Mr. Paul Kanakaraj, President of the Madras High Court Advocates Association, joined us earlier in our studio to explain why the lawyers are on a warpath. Let's listen in.
Now CBI has filed charge sheets in 2 cases. One is against advocates and another one is against the police. We have pointed out today morning, we have filed a memorandum before the additional CMM court, pointing out the areas in which the CBI have not investigated the case properly, and the investigation the additional director in a press release himself has stated that the investigation to be done as far as the lawyers associations are concerned, and the 4 more officers, the case is now pending before Supreme Court, matter is subjudiced, so they have to be implicated or not to be seen. So many part of the investigation is pending even according to their own version. Right. So only that we have pointed out to the court, stating that this charge sheets filed before the court is incomplete. Proper investigation to be done. Thereby we have asked the court to return the charge sheet, because any material is not filed along with the charge sheet, naturally the court has to return. But the chance will come to us only after assigning CC number, but we have taken a chance by way of abundant caution, approached the court and filed the memorandum pointing out the irregularities and the incomplete investigation.
All right, but don't you admit that the lawyers did indulge in violence?
The fact that whether CBI correctly fixed the lawyers who actually indulged in that activities, that is to be seen first. The CBI did not investigate the case properly as against the police officers. So what we say now, likewise the investigation done against the lawyers also must be a false one.
Now there's also talk that the case might transfer to the north of India. Can you confirm this for us?
I don't think so.
You're sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure about it. Why should?
All right. And what do you think is going to happen on Thursday? What's the plan of action for Thursday?
See, today actually we have convened the Joint Action Committee meeting, and many of them opine that we must give a chance to the court as well as to the CBI for taking back the charge sheet, or the court to return the charge sheet. So we will wait till Thursday. Thursday again we will convene the meeting and we will decide about the future course of action.
How long have you been struggling with this particular case for?
From nearly about 11 months, nearly a year. 2009 onwards we have been struggling for this, and for even to meet the ends of justice.
Isn't that a little odd that it takes 1 year to even seek an appointment with the justice?
No, not the justice means not the judicial officer I'm meaning. To meet the ends of justice, see, we have been fighting for, we have been agitating, stating that we are not at fault. It is only the police officer at fault. We have been projecting it in many forms, but everybody is going against us, and everybody now at last CBI also, we believed the CBI, and we now disappointed by the act of the CBI.